Welcome, welcome. Welcome, guys. Yeah, welcome, guys. What's up, Burnett Protection? What's up, Burnett? How's it going, guys? Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live stream. What's up, Burnett? Welcome. If you've not yet, please drop a like here. So thank you, guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome to this live stream. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys, to this live stream. Today we're gonna be doing some more live streams here. I'm trying to do one as much as I can every Friday night for you guys in the States, or Saturday nights, but it depends on duty and all that right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to start doing these more for you guys. Today it's good. It's been good. It's Saturday morning here in Japan, obviously, but it's been doing pretty good here. It's pretty awesome here. I've been making some YouTube and stuff, so I'm trying to do it. But welcome, Burnett. Welcome. Yeah, right now I'm trying to get some more likes here. We're trying to get this built. I'm trying to grow this channel up a little more. So, but thank you for coming in. So yeah, welcome, guys, to this live stream here. We're gonna get this going off here. If you guys have any questions about the Navy or any questions you have not subscribed, liked, please do that here, and we'll get this going here, this live stream going today. So yeah, welcome to this. I know many of you probably are trying to find some live streams and stuff, and you know, I'm trying to get some more Navy knowledge. Should you guys trying to be able to support Navy knowledge to people? That's pretty cool. But yeah, you see, in Japan. So if you guys have any questions about Japan, if you guys have any questions about the Navy, if you guys just want to have any questions about the military in general, I'm in the Navy, but the military itself is pretty like similar in ways. So if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know. Because pretty much the military is branches, they're different, but they're the same in a way. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I can get you to that. So yeah, welcome to this live stream here, and yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna be making I should be having a video come out. I've been kind of low on videos the last couple days, so I'll be posting the video hopefully today here, and it's kind of a sad one here, but I'm gonna be posting the video today, so just stay tuned. So yeah, but welcome, guys, to this live stream. If there's not drop a like, please drop a like here. But welcome, guys, here. Welcome, Burnett. Welcome to the other ones here. Welcome to this live stream. But if you guys want to, please let me know. I'll make videos, whatever you guys want, on the Navy, military in general here. So yeah, I made one recently on But yeah, it's pretty cool here. It's Saturday morning here in Japan. It's pretty cool. If you guys have any questions here, please post and comment them, whatever. Comment below if you guys want to talk about anything. Right now I might be giving, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. See story time. So yeah. Currently live. But yeah, welcome guys. If you have not dropped a like yet, please drop a like here. Welcome to this live stream here. If you guys have any questions, military content, whatever, I make military content here. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, suggestions, whatnot, just post in the comments below here. Drop a like, and yeah, welcome to this live stream. I have my Instagram and all that below here. What's up, Edward? Welcome, Edward. I don't know. I just feel a lot of pain, and I'm not really. I need to really start using stream mods anyway. Getting rejected from Night Guard was pretty emasculating and depressing. I've been depressed past couple days. Edward, don't get depressed. You'll be good, man. If you guys need to, you can Instagram me, direct DM me on Instagram or whatever, and talk if you have to, man. Don't be depressed. It's not worth it. Trust me. You'll be good, man. You're welcome, Edward. Welcome to this live stream. You're always be welcome here in this live stream. I'll never be like, nah, unless you are like not being family friendly. I'll never. National Guard. You'll be fine. I'm in National Guard. But yeah. You're fine, man. Getting rejected from National Guard, man. You'll be fine, man. There's a lot of people there that don't, unfortunately. I say this. There's other branches you can look at if you want to. And if you can't, it's unfortunate you can't. You go find something else to do. And it's not a bad thing necessarily to do something else. I mean, I love the military, and the military is good. But it's not, everybody's not either meant for it, or it's not everybody's going to get into it just because it's just unfortunate. But, and if you need anything, let me know here. You can always come here. But yeah, you'll be fine. How is Japan? People are pretty crazy there. Japan is okay. It's like any other part of the Navy, pretty much. It's a little different, but pretty good. Doing pretty good here in Japan. So yeah, it's enjoying YouTube a lot, making these videos here. I'm gonna be coming out with another video. It's gonna be a more serious video here, as it wasn't some good news here, but from RTC. But I will post that to you guys probably later. I haven't made it yet, but I'm probably gonna be making it here today, so I can let you guys know. But yeah, please check that out here, as I will post it eventually. It's gonna be sad, but yeah. On the bright side, I can really get into civil air patrol or Coast Guard ops. State Guard is as cool, if not cool, but too expensive. You can't, and they don't pay. Okay. So yeah. There's many places you can get into, many branches you can get into, and I recommend, if you haven't, try looking at other branches. If you want to look at the Navy or Army or whatever, you can't get into other branches. It's just, I would recommend it just because there's so many other branches and stuff. There's a lot of branches that will turn you on, but then another branch will say, come here, and you can come in. Hopefully my recruiter can get me out before January. What's up, Eddie? What's up? Welcome to the live stream. If you guys not yet, please drop a like here in this live stream. It's getting out here. Welcome guys, and welcome Eddie to the live stream. I completely appreciate it, but yeah, welcome guys. Maybe live stream here. Trying to do this as much every Friday nights here in the States as I can. Saturdays in Japan, obviously. I'm gonna try to do Saturday nights too. We'll see how that goes. But every junior New York State Guard is identical to National Girl for except you will be a contest object or you don't get paid. It costs $3,000 a year in transit fees. But, hey, if you want to join any of them, I said from any National Guards or then they take you. You want to do it? Go ahead, do it. It's up to your opinion, honestly. I don't purposely say you can't do a branch or don't do it. Music is so weird. Yeah, that's more like that's weird. That was a weird music. But yeah, I will never say don't do a branch. And that's with pretty much every military person. We'll joke around and say, Marines, do this, or Air Force, Chair Force, all that. We'll just make jokes, but in the end, I will never say no to joining another branch. If you want to join another branch, do it, because that's really what it is. But yeah. Because as much as we do it, we're supportive of every branch, trust me. Eddie, Vargas, the guy that tried pushing CS. CS isn't, I mean, if you like to cook and do stuff, CS isn't bad, but if you don't do it, because honestly, if you don't like to cook or something, CS, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you like to cook, CS isn't a bad job. I mean, that's the thing. I would always respect every CS on my ship because they're the ones that give you food. So you always be nice and respectful of the CS. The CSs are the great guys. I mean, I wouldn't want to do the job, honestly, personally, but always respect your CS. The CSs on the ship are the ones who feed you, give you all your food, give you the good portions, whatever. Be good to your CSs. Great guys too. CSs, in my opinion, I like CSs on the ship because they give you food. I mean, and the thing about the Navy is you're always get a hot meal. You won't have to worry about MRE. Like, MREs are really not a thing in the Navy, so that's a good thing. The benefit of joining the Navy over other branches. Other branches, you might have to eat MRE. Navy, unless you're in like the field of the Marines or like on the field wise, you never need the MRE. Do Coast Guard Ox for a year or two, and then maybe try to relax to Navy Reserve as a Master Arms, or just to Ox and get a civilian job. I mean, that's always a good bet. I mean, Coast Guard Ox or Oxing, not Coast Guard Oxing or Master Arms is a good rate. Honestly, it's not a bad rate compared to all the rates. So yeah, go out, do that, it'll be fun. A artist says, how about CTM? He said that he wasn't available. So he said about CTR, and that's why I signed it. CTR is a good job too. Sign in as. Yeah, CTR is a good job too. CTM's pretty good. CTR, if they don't have it, CTR is a pretty good alternative here to it. So yeah, pretty good benefit. If you don't have CTM, as I said, CTR. That's the thing about the Navy. When you go to MEPS, in my honest opinion, if they have a job that you really want, find about 2-3 jobs that you would want in the military. Go look through it, find 2, 3, 4 jobs you want. If they don't have any of those, you don't have to sign it. Obviously, in CTM and CTR, pretty similar rates. They're pretty similar. There's little differences and stuff. There's differences in what they do, but they have to deal with pretty much a lot of similar stuff. So, in the case, I would say probably sign it, just because, yeah. If you don't just pick one specific rate you want, be explosive. Take 2-3 different rates. That you'd be like, you know what? I'm not doing that, because you could be doing something like that, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. But yeah, One of the benefits of being a Navy culinary staff member is you have a chance to working for the White House, having breakfast meetings with the president. Some of it, yeah, that is a benefit with CS. Being a culinary specialist and stuff, they can work with the White House. They can work for admirals, and those are the rates. If you're CS and you work for the admiral or the White House, that is amazing because you're. Those are some really cool stuff. So CS is, it's the thing. CSs are one of those rates that aren't like bad, but what's up, Nick? What's up? Welcome, Nick. But yeah, CSs are one of those rates that people will down on, but CSs, it's a very important rate because you gotta get food. These guys are good. They have some really cool stuff with it, like the culinary specialists for the president and admirals and stuff. These guys have some pretty cool billets if you're a CS though. So people will down them, but they have some pretty cool billets. Nick, what's up, brother? I'm 16, gonna be a Marine. I have everything lined up. Just need to sign. Be 17 to sign. Yep. That's the thing. The military, you can. Everybody says 18, but 17 you can join. You just have to have parents' permission per se. 17. So welcome, Nick. Going to be a Marine. That's impressive, man. As I said, I'm in the Navy, but I respect all of them here. I respect here all the branches. I respect everything. So if you guys want. So that's the thing. I will always advocate. If you guys want me to make a video on Marines or whatever, I can make videos on it. Do some research, talk to some Marines, get you a video out. But yeah, the Marines, I respect a lot too. So I don't disrespect any rate or branch. But yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I don't disrespect any branch or anything. I really am very respectful of all the branches in that. I was gonna do Navy, but I enjoy watching all military videos. Yeah. So yeah, being in the military is just amazing. Yeah, military is just an amazing branch. I like making them. I make military content all the time, and I enjoy it. Here, the military is good to talk about. There's a lot of stories you can talk about. There's a lot of like jobs you can talk about. So yeah, military boot camp, all that. You can make a lot of video content off the military. So it's pretty cool. Military is awesome. Trust me. There's times you're like, man, I freaking hate this job. But then there's a lot of times you're like, man, I love this job. So yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna have days you're gonna freaking hate it, and there's gonna be days you're gonna love the military. Any job, I guess. When I applied to the U.S. Navy as a Master in Arms, waiver rejected. I was told I didn't need to pick another job. Same with the MP, the National Guard. Yeah, you don't. If you sign, once you sign, your rate, you don't have to. You can pretty much keep it. Now, if there's some times where if you want to go in, right, and go sooner, they will say, hey, we have this rate open if you want to leave sooner. You don't have to leave sooner. Like, recruiters will be like, oh, try to leave you sooner. You don't have to leave sooner per se. Like, you can stay in your rate and say, I'm gonna stay here in my rate. I find my boot camp date, don't change me. And so yeah, if you like your rate, don't have to change it now. They might say, hey, we'll give you this rate. They say this rate, this is not the rate you chose. My recommendation is, unless you just really need to get out, just wait the like extra month or two, whatever you have, till you leave. I would rather you get the job you want than to get stuck with a job and leave 2 months sooner. Really, honestly, you might as well, if you're gonna be there, you might as well wait 2 more months and get a better job. In my opinion. So don't. I'm not saying that's as bad. Just don't. Be careful about that when you leave early, because it might be a different job. I want you to go for NCIS or NSA when I get out. I'll have the clearance already. That's pretty cool. NCIS and NSA would be pretty cool jobs. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So, NSA would be pretty cool. And you can get a lot of it with the clearance. Yep, that's pretty cool, Eddie. I actually thought about that. I've actually thought about doing like NCIS or that would be pretty cool. So, yeah. There's a lot of good rates you can get out of the military, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's the Navy itself is a really good rate. So, like, the good branch, and any branch in the military is good itself. Like, I will say this: military, there's gonna be days it's gonna suck. You're gonna have days where you're like, man, why am I doing this? But in the end, it's gonna be worth it. Gonna be worth it. Nick, what's your rate? What's your rate, Little Boats? It's right, or MOS. It's right in the military. MOS, I know it's for like Army, I think Marines and stuff, but it's right in the Navy. So my rate is, I'm a boatsmate. I'm a boatsmate 3rd class, petty officer 3rd class, petty officer 3rd class in the Navy. I took my petty officer 2nd class for boatsmate. Find out next month, so we'll see if I make 2nd class E5. But E4 boatsmate 3rd class is my rate, job rank, whatever you want to say. Hopefully be BM2 by next month, but we'll see. But yeah, I've been in the Navy for over 2 years now. I'm close to 2.5 years now in the Navy, so yeah, it's pretty cool. The Navy, so yeah, the Navy's pretty interesting. I love it though. There's days I hate it. There's days I love it. There's days I hate it, but that's life for you. Will you go be a recruiter? I've thought about it, but yeah, I've thought about doing recruiting. Like, hey, check out my Little Boats TV channel. I tell you the actual thing. I'll tell you what I tell you at the office, and then I'll tell you what I actually feel about it in real life. What contract did you sign? I have a 5-year contract, 4 years or 6 years. I have a 5-year contract because they get mandates that I have an extra extension for being a BM. So I have a 5-year contract. So yeah, I have something in my. Ugh, I see it right now. Ugh. Feel like saliva or something. Ugh. But yeah. If you go for a critically unmanned job like MP or Master Arms, they don't need you to have a fallback job. They will like you when you're good, even when you before you qualified. Yeah, so like the thing is, when you sign for a contract in the Navy, it's different for every branch. In the Navy, once you sign your contract, that's your job. Like, you go to MEPS, sign your contract, bam. You don't have to have any fallbacks, nothing like that. Think in the Air Force or something, they have you pick like 3 jobs and whatever those 3 is available to give you. But the Navy, they stay here. So you downside, this is a list that you're qualified for, which one you want. You pick that up, bam, you're that job. But they're not like the other branches. It's pretty cool. Like, that's one thing I like about the Navy. You want to re-enlist after your contract is up. I've thought about it, but I'm still undecided on it right now. I've thought about re-enlisting. I've thought about just getting out. I've thought about both because honestly, I like the Navy, but I've thought about being back in the civilian world too. Like, man, I've thought about it too. But yeah, I've thought about both. It's pretty cool, but yeah. I only signed a 4-year, possibly 5-year if I get to go learn Morse code after A school. That's pretty cool. Yeah. As I said, the Navy's pretty cool. You have some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I've thought about re-enlisting. Re-enlisting is, I'm starting to get in that process of I need to re-enlist, but I haven't made a decision yet. I haven't. I'm just curious, if they went from 20 years to 10 years for pension, would that create other problems? Yes and no. I think it'd be beneficial because I think you see a lot more people re-enlist because, hey, I'm already halfway through my contract. I'm only halfway to, by the first contract, I'm only halfway to 10, so I think a lot of people would stay. But then you lose a lot of that senior of 20 years because people are like, oh, I'm 10 years, I can retire at 28, 30 years old and be out after 10 years. I think it would create some problems. It'd be good and bad. Like, 20 years or 10 years for 10 years. 20 years it'd be beneficial because I think you see more people re-enlist, but it would be downfalls. You wouldn't see as many people with 20 years of experience. 10 years to 20 years is a lot more experience. Really, it is. There's a lot more experience between 10 years and 20 years just because you would be seeing a lot of people leaving after 10 years, and I would say that wouldn't be probably good because I think you would see more people re-enlist, but then you'd see a lot more of like people with only like 5 or 6 years in the Navy than 15 years in the Navy, and that could be good, but it can also be kind of bad because I feel like having that person that's been in for 15 years is always good to have instead of having a bunch of people in 5 years. Have a few more people in 15 years and a little bit less in like 5 or 6 years, in my opinion. Is it worth trying to be an advisor at the Green Party on Veterans Day in Military Bay? I mean, is it worth trying to be an advisor to the Green Party on veterans and military pay? I really don't know, so I can't answer that, unfortunately. Maybe Vargas, I say 15. 15, I could see maybe, but as I said, I still think 20 years would be beneficial because you're doing a career. If you make it 10 or 15 years, I think you see more people do it, but then you lose that extra people that were in there for a little longer. 15 years might be, I think, better, but 10 years I don't think would work, because you need some people that have been in for 13, 14 years to give experience. If everybody's getting able to retire at 10 years, I think you see more people do it, but I think you see a lot of people just get out after 10 years instead of staying until 15, 20 years. I think you see a lot more people just done, retire, but I think you see more people do it. But then you also get a lot of people that aren't as good. Same Eddie. But I think it'd be good in that. Michael being a red striped Master Chief is gone. Yeah, if you're a red stripe, like if you have the chevrons and crows and stuff that are red stripe, it means that you've been a captain's mast, because that, like, especially if you're a Master Chief, like if you're a petty officer 3rd class, been in for 4 years and have red stripes, that's normal because it can't get the gold stripes. But if you've been in for like 12 years, you're supposed to be able to get gold stripes and the gold chevrons and stuff. But like in the stripes and stuff, after 12 years, if you had good conduct, but if you don't, like you see somebody with red, and there may be a running joke of, oh, they have red stripes, it means they've been a captain's mast, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty fun. It's funny, but if you ever see them with like that, it means they've been a captain's mast. So yeah, but they have red chevrons after 12 years. It's not necessarily saying they're bad sailors. It's just it means they've been a captain's mast. You have to have 12 good years of content. Like, so if you got captain's mast your first year, and at 13 years did it, but still, yeah. Like, so if you ever see that's a running joke. Navy. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of what it means. This might be a stupid question. What is captain's mast? Hey, that's not a stupid question at all. That's not a dumb question at all. Captain's mast, right? It's the non-judicial punishment, which means like if you get a serious enough, like most of the time you get something, you can get maybe yelled at, counseling shit, something like that. But if it's a serious enough offense, but it's not like I go murder somebody, but it'd be like I got an alcohol related question or incident, or I got an incident that could create a scene out in town, or something like that, or something like, it's not necessarily saying it's like you're going to jail punishment like that bad, but it's like it'd be like getting like a misdemeanor in the Navy. Like think about the felony would be like going to court martial, it'd be like a misdemeanor in a case. Like that's how I would say it. Like it'd say like getting a ticket would be like getting a counseling shit, like doing something, getting counseling shit. The Navy, a captain's match would be like getting a misdemeanor. It's not going to be a misdemeanor because it's non-judicial punishment, so it won't go in your record as a misdemeanor because it's NJP, non-judicial punishment. But it will go in your time of getting certain benefits like the good ribbon, the good conduct ribbon and stuff like that. But honestly, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get. You can still get an honorable discharge with captain's match. And then there's like the court martial is like a felony. But I would say kind of like a misdemeanor. Like it could be like I got in a fight with a group here. Or I got an alcohol related incident, or I did something with my maintenance or whatever. There's a lot of incidents. Mostly 90% of the captain masts are because of alcohol. Like most of them are because of alcohol. Trust me. Like I'm not saying all of them are, but most of them are. The guy who swam in was an 01. Could it be much older than me? It probably wasn't. 01's, like, instance, all of them are right out of college. Like, most of them could be, like, 23, 24-ish normally, around that age when you come to 01. Like, most of them are probably not that much older. Like, 01's itself, unless you're, like, that's how you can tell. Like, if an 01's normally prior service, that's how you can kind of tell. They're usually a little bit older. Like, if they're 01's in, like, their 30s, probably were prior enlisted. If they're 01's or, like, in their 20s, maybe late 20s, early 30s, maybe, then yeah. But if they're like a 40-year-old 01, they probably were prior enlisted. Like that's how you can tell prior enlisted, or if they were 01s like right out of the Naval Academy or whatever. But yeah, most of them are usually pretty young. Like 01's pretty young people. They're not much older than most enlisted. Like they're like O1s itself are pretty known pretty cool. Like they're not, and they're still pretty new to the Navy. Like a lot of, like they like the thing is they're over like a chief petty officer, first class stuff like that. But a lot of them will listen to the chief petty officer. If chief petty officer says to do something, they will normally listen to them because the chief's been in a lot longer. So, but yeah. They have technically the rank and supposed to be in charge of chief petty officer, but they will listen to chief petty officer if chief petty officer tells them to do stuff normally, just because the chief petty officer has a lot more time in the Navy. But if they could technically tell chief petty officer to do, and the chief petty officer technically has to do it, but they will normally listen to chief petty officer. They're normally not that kind of stupid. They're not normally like, well, this chief petty officer says something. They normally take the advice of the chief petty officer. So yeah. But yeah, most of them are probably like 23, 24. They're probably not much older than you. So yeah. But yeah, that's the thing about the Navy. Like officers, everybody sees officers is like, oh, there's some, but most of them are not like much older than you. Some of them are like your age. You're like, that's just weird. Those guys. We go be an RDC at Great Lakes. I've thought about it, but I'm like, the hours are long. Like, if I did this, I probably wouldn't be able to make YouTube videos. Not just because I could, not because I could make, because I could probably make YouTube videos. It's just hours long. I probably wouldn't have time to make YouTube videos. So, but RTC, I've thought about it, but it'd be a lot of long hours. It'd be a lot of long hours, a lot of that, but it's not bad. It's a good gig because you rank up fast. Like as an RTC, you rank up fast, but it's a lot of long hours, a lot of some BS stuff that they have to do. So, like, think about it. Being an RDC, you have to wake up before the recruits, get over there, drive from your home to the recruits, do their muster, their quarters, whatever. Then go and wake these people up, and then. But a lot of people would wake up. You have to wake these guys up, go there, spend all day with them, watch them go to sleep, and then go home after they go to sleep. So you're running, potentially getting only 4 or 5 hours, 3 or 4 hours of sleep each night. So yeah, and so they have long hours. Like that's the thing. You guys see, oh, recruits have these, but RDCs have almost worse hours. So I was doing the comparison, the difference between Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Coast Guard Army Reserves. I was when you do a 3-year contract is identical, except reserves pays, auxiliary doesn't. Yeah. So that's the thing. Reserves, I think, are a little bit. I think reserves, you more than likely could, if they had to recall, you'd be the one recalled. But I don't see any recalls anytime soon. But you never know. You'd be the first RDC YouTuber get more subs. Yeah, I'd be like Erica. What is it, Erica? What's her name? I can't remember. But yeah, she has. What's her name? I can't remember the army one. What's her name? The army. I can't remember her name. Erica Birdie. That's it. I could be like Erica Birdie. She's a. Yeah, Erica Birdie. I could be like Erica Birdie. She's a army like drill instructor, but she's a YouTuber. So I could be kind of like that. But if that's an RDC, that'd be interesting. Auxiliary is only 1 year. You get 50% benefit. Veterans benefits. The only main difference is you can only say you are a ceremony veteran if you're an Ox, where Coast Guard Reserves are full vets. Yeah. The only benefit during your first Coast Guard contract as reserved over auxiliaries, you wanted to do 20 years for a pension. Yeah. So like you can get. That's probably the difference. Like I would say auxiliary probably you wouldn't get it, but if you go to the reserve, you can retire reserves. Like there are people that go the whole career as a reserve and retire, but their retirement standards are a little different. I don't think they make as much money as you do after retire active duty. But yeah, there's people that retire as that get their GI Bill on that as a reservist. But I still think active duty, in my opinion, is better to do than reserves. But I'm not saying if you guys want to do reserves. Go do reserves. Reserves are very much needed too. And my point though, seeing me as a single person doing active would probably be better for me. Just because I like it. Active duty is pretty cool. But there's benefits for all of them. There's really benefits to reserves, auxiliaries, all that. It's just whatever you guys want to do. I could see being in the military. There's a lot of different benefits. That's the thing about the military. So there's branches, but there's also like full-time support, active duty, reserve. There's all sorts of different things you can do as a military itself. Not just even different branches, but different things you can do in the branch. So different rates, different. It's just so it's pretty cool. Like it's so like there's a lot you can do as a Navy veteran, as a Navy in the military. Just all branches, all that. So yeah. What's up, little boat? What's up, Tomcat? Welcome to the stream, Tomcat. Welcome. If you guys not yet, please drop a like, subscribe, whatever. But welcome, Tomcat. Welcome. If you do 6 years in the Coast Guard Reserves, you were older boat for the home loan. It said if you do 6 years in the Coast Guard Reserves, you were older, but for the home loan instead of the subsidized Navy Federal loan, or I guess 3 years or so active. I don't know. But I know a lot of times if you do like the military, like reservists, people say you can retire, but it's a lot more harder to do it than active. Like if you do active, they're gonna pay you, no doubt. The reservists, a lot of times you have to wait longer for benefits that you would get active. That's one benefit of being active. It's a lot of times bam, no questions asked, you're active. But some people will be like, I don't know. Some the reservists sometimes it's a little harder to do that. So yeah. He saved me down to sign, and he was like, alright, this is your job you're signing as the ship date is during summer 2020. I was like, nothing sooner. He said, no, but talk to your recruiter. Okay, so that's my honest opinion for you, Eddie. If you try to get there sooner, there's nothing wrong with going to boot camp sooner, but they might not give you a rate. They might not give you a rate you like. So be careful trying to go sooner. Like my honest opinion, if you can go like they said, hey, I'll send you in November, but you have to change rates. Stay till January, trust me. CTR, great rate. Just hold it. Don't be trying to go earlier if they can give you that rate. If they're gonna give you that rate, unless it's something you like. If you go earlier and it's like, oh, we got you this, and they give you and you sign it, it says you got this rate, absolutely do it. But if it's not something you want and you sign early, don't do it. Trust me. Just wait it out. Get the job you want. Trust me. You won't regret having those extra 2 months being a civilian and getting a job you want, and going in 2 months 3 months earlier and getting a job you hate. Trust me. If you're gonna wait, just wait it out. That's my opinion about it. Just wait, because a lot of people go in there, oh, I got this, and end up getting a rate they don't want, because a lot of times it would be, yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to go early if you end up getting something that's like, hey, we'll send you as a CS, we'll send you as this. They send you some rate that nobody wants, but hey, we get you out sooner. That's how they get you, because that's how they get you. It's to be like, we'll send you out earlier, but we'll give you this BS rate. And they're like, oh, bet, I'll do it. I'm leaving earlier. And they give you some rate that nobody wants to do. That's why. That's how they get you. But yeah. I'm going to go with CTM or CTN. Yeah, that's the way to go. If you don't have something you don't want, don't do it. Trust me. Do not do it unless you're just really in a situation you had to. But then again, I still wouldn't even recommend it. I'd rather just wait the next 2 months, get the rate you want, and go away. That's my recommendation, seeing somebody who's been here and those people have done that. Otherwise, they might give you something you want. They don't want. And that's how they can get you. Ugh. Enough now. So what's the difference between what you do in an aviation boat and me? So what I do more of like the underway replenishments, do stuff. They do with pretty much, they do all with aircraft. They work on aircraft and paint, preservation, get those things on aircraft. For me, I work more on just the regular ship. Overall the ship. What I do on the ship is what they do more on they work more on aircraft, where I work on the ship, like on the replenishments, preservation, like painting, chipping, painting, all that. See an anchor. They don't. An aviation boatsmate does more like the air like aircrafts and stuff like that, where I work on like the ships and stuff. To me, unless you like the military, it seems like a better deal to stay and pass the first 2 months unless you want to do full 20. So my honest opinion is, if you like the military, 20 is good. If you like the military, you don't not everybody who loves military does 20. Like, it is. Like, it's really special to do 20 years. Like, you can love the military and do only 5 years. Just because there's a lot of benefits being out of the military, too. Like, there's a lot of benefits of being in the military. Like, retirement pay at 38, stuff like that. But there's also a lot of benefits of being out. Like, you don't have to worry about curfews. You don't have to worry about, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. There's a lot of stuff you can and cannot do that you could do as a civilian. Like, there really is. Like, you can, like, in civilian, you could just miss your work. Nobody cares. Like, technically, you just get fired, but you can miss your work and nothing's going to happen. If you miss your job here in the military, you can go to jail. You can do all that. So there's a lot of stuff that you can go to jail being in the military that you could do in the civilian world and be perfectly legal. So there's a lot of benefits to doing, being civilian compared to maybe being in the Navy and military. But it's like, would you recommend it? But that's the thing you got to think about, too. Like, there's benefits of both. But, yeah. And you can get more money in the civilian world than you can as a ship. But I'm also saying the military has a lot of benefits too. Like, you get your health care, they pay for your housing, they pay for this, you get to go to countries, you get to go do all this stuff. They pay for your dependents, they pay for all that. So there's a lot of benefits too to being in the military over being a civilian. So yeah. But yeah. You get all these benefits for being a veteran, serving special if you want to help your family become citizens. And maybe there's a lot of benefits to that too. Like, if you're in the military, the benefits you can become, if you're not a U.S. citizen, a lot easier to become a U.S. citizen. If you're but if you're trying to pay for your college, you pay for your college. If you want healthcare, they pay for your healthcare. They give you pay, they give you all these benefits, allowances and stuff that aren't taxable. Like, it's ridiculous how good it is. But then there's also a lot of benefits. But then you also, in essence, by getting all those, you're giving up. Not stuff that are free speech. Like, you can talk a lot, pretty much what you want, but you can't really be like, oh, this is my politician's support, blah 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 blah. You can't be political. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this. You can't, like, you have to show up to work, otherwise you go to jail. Like, I'm not saying like in a civilian world you have to go to work or you get fired, but that's it. You're gonna get fired. In the military, they're gonna kick you out and probably send you to jail if you don't come to work. But and there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits. There's also a lot of disadvantages. That's one thing you got to be about the military. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the good things about the military. I'm going to also tell you the bad things about the military. That's just my channel. That's just me. I'm going to tell you what good things being here, bad things about being in the military. Like, I'm not saying the military is bad. I'm not saying the military is bad. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying these are the downfalls and disadvantages of being in the military compared to, let's say, being in a civilian world. It just is. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm saying bad things about the military. But these are your downsides you're going to have in the military. Is that it's just going to have to get used to it. Because there's downsides you can't do in the military you can do in the civilian world. But there's stuff that you might get in the civilian world. You might get more money doing the same job you're doing in the civilian world. But you don't get the benefits. So, yeah. If it feels burnout, can you really leave so close to pension? Yeah, you can leave. Like, there'd be people that get out at 16 years. In my honest opinion, why would you do that? Because if you stay for another 4 years, you might as well get your benefits. If you're out at 4 years, I can understand that. If you're gonna be one of those people, if you don't get out within the first 10 years, then why is the point of getting out at 12 years, 16 years? I don't see it. Because if you get past 10 years, my honest opinion, you might as well just finish out your contract and get to 20 years. If you do, like, I can get like people doing their first contract to the first two, because normally your second contract, you're in short duty. So, like, a lot of people will go through their first contract and go to the second contract and go to school, do all that, get their degree while they're at short duty, and then get out. I could understand both of those. But if you're not gonna be in for those first two, you might as well be in for your 20 years. If you're gonna get in, go to your third contract, you might as well finish it out and be at 20 years. That's my honest opinion. Like, there's no point in you doing 3 different contracts and saying, oh, well, I'm gonna get out. That's my opinion. If you're either gonna need to do, I would say maybe 8, 9, 10 years, 10 years at the max, and get out. Or you might as well do your 20. That's my honest opinion. If I don't ship out until January, I'm making sure I get the highest PFT score. Yes, do it. Like, that's one benefit I tell people. All these people are like, I want to get there earlier, but practice your PRT. Like, practice that, because you don't want to be one kid trying to pass your PRT, barely passing, or like, did you see, like, there's a thing, I'm gonna make a video on it later. Like, if you looked at it, there was another recruit that died because of the final PRT. I'm like, it's probably because I'm not saying anything bad against them. It's just if you practice your PRT now, you get to the final PRT you just run. They may have been one of those people. I don't know what the situation was, and I'm not gonna say anything, judge or anything, but I'm just saying do your PRT now so that way when you get to the PRT you're not like and pushing yourself like it should be like, man, pass my run. Is your rule that you could be potential for making fun of the president? Yeah, you could. Me? I don't talk anything about politics. I don't say good, bad things about the president. I don't say good, bad thing about Congress. None of that. I don't go up here and be like, hey, I like all this. I don't go up here and be like all that because, yeah. That's the thing about the military. Like, I have my political beliefs. Like, you can have beliefs about the president. You can have your beliefs about everything. You can do that. You can vote. You can do all that. You can have your political beliefs, whatever you be, whatever. You just can't be publicly about it. You can't be like, this. You have to, you just have to, it's like a secretive, like, you can have your beliefs, but you have to keep it secret in the military. Like, you can't be going on doing it. Like, if you want to tell your friends, hey, I'm so-and-so, I like this person, I don't, you're free to do that in the military. But you can't be going out to, like, rallies, or you can't go to rallies in uniform. You could go, technically I could go to a rally in this. But if I'm in uniform, not acceptable. You can't go to a rally in uniform. Like, if I went like this to a rally, I could. If I wanted to go somewhere and support a candidate, I could. But I can't be in uniform. Like, if I'm in uniform, bad. You can't do that. But yeah, it's making fun of the president. I'm not gonna make fun of me. I'm not somebody who's gonna make fun of a president. I'm very respectful of every human being. Like, that's the thing. There's presidents I've liked, there's presidents I've disliked. But I'm a appropriate human being. I respect everybody. They're the president of the United States, so that's the thing. You gotta be. That's the thing about the military. Why would you make fun of people? That's my thing. There's presidents you're gonna like. There's presidents you're gonna dislike. You're gonna be politicians you like, dislike. But be a human being. Be responsible and just be somebody who's kind of be like, I don't like them, but respect them because they're in the office. Respect the office. Respect them. So like, if there's something you like, but you don't like him, you gotta still respect the office. Respect it. Do all that. That's my opinion. That's how I approach. Just even not being in the military. Approach. Be respectful. That's the thing. You gotta be respectful. You don't necessarily have to like a person, but like, there's gonna be jobs you're gonna dislike people. You're gonna like people. You're gonna whatever. You just gotta respect the office. That's my opinion. My rate doesn't have a C shortage. They said it's wherever I need it. Yep, pretty much. CTs, pretty much whatever. But I won't be able to say where I'm going though. Well, that's the thing. You might not be able to say like your specific command, like what you can do in your command, but you can say I'm in Norfolk, I'm in San Diego, I'm in Japan. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to be like public and say I'm in San Diego, I'm in Norfolk, because you're there. They're not gonna say no. But you can't be like, okay, this is for CTRs. Like me and boats man, I'm a boatsman. I pay all that. That's not top secret. But for CTRs, there's some top secret stuff they can't say on here. So you can't really talk about your job or what you necessarily specifically do. But you can say, like, I'm in Norfolk, I'm in San Diego, I'm in so-and-so. You can still say that. You still say where you're at, where you're stationed. You just can't be like, this. You can't tell top secret stuff about your job. You just can't. On the internet. Postmate, there's not really top secret. There's really not top secret stuff other than, like, missions and stuff. And you'll never see me talk about, like, ship schedule, stuff like that. You can't say that. You will never see me talk about anything about any of that because I don't even worry about that. Yeah, there's nothing like literally you can't find anything about CTs really because it's very top secret. IT stuff like that, they won't tell you. They'll say this is a job, this is what you do per se, but they don't really give you anything because it's top secret. You can't really say anything on videos, especially like top secret stuff. Sometimes that's the thing about the military. Even if you're not top secret clearance, you're gonna hear top secret stuff. It really is. You're gonna hear top secret stuff being on a ship or whatever over your career, but you can't talk about it. You're gonna hear top secret stuff. You're hear it from friends. You're hear it from people because there's stuff missions that are top secret. You won't hear about it. So yeah, but I'm gonna stop talking about top secret. I won't say anything else. But yeah, there's stuff that you can say, but there's stuff you won't be able to say. Yep. Yeah, like it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. But boatmate, you can find hundreds of videos, study guides about being a boatsman. Like, that's the thing. Any aviation jobs, stuff like that, you can pretty much find stuff about it. Aviation, boats, CSs, HM, stuff like that. You can find tons of videos on it. Certain stuff, IT, CTs, you can't find stuff. Just top secret. The whole situation with the current president feels pretty awkward to me because he used to be my neighbor and acquaintance, and 5 years ago he was someone who would just take over and yes. I don't really talk about politics, so I don't really say anything about the president. Good, bad, whatever. I don't, sorry. Nope. Politics, nope. Used to have an office near the Donald and I live in his neighborhood. Pretty cool. Like, it's... Oh yeah, that's the thing. You never really know. But, okay, no politics here, sorry. I'm not gonna say it, sorry. But yeah. No politics, nothing, sorry. Okay, so Eddie, so imagine you were stationed in Hawaii and got calls in from Minnesota. Well, sure, I can imagine that. Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend, like my roommate, one of my roommates is from Hawaii, and his family got it, so, yeah. One of my roommates, his parents got it, so yeah. He's from Hawaii, so yeah. Like someone can go from being a civilian college student to RTC to an officer. Yeah, RTC. Yeah, you can. That's the thing. It's not uncommon for people to go, and that's actually kind of untrue because there's a lot of people that come from being to an officer. Like, it's not uncommon for enlisted to become an officer. It really isn't. There's a lot of people that think. I mean, it's not everybody's gonna be enlisted can go to officer, but it's not uncommon to become an officer. Really, honestly. Like, there's a lot of programs you become an officer and enlist. You can go Seaman Admiral. You can go to Naval Academy. You can you can go to OCS. You can go. You can be like a LDO, or you can be warrant. There's a lot of officer programs you can do in the military, from enlisted to officer. So yeah, it's not that common as you would think. It really isn't actually. A lot of people think, oh, you can't be an officer as enlisted. No, there's a lot of programs you can become an officer. There's a lot of programs. I know a lot of prior enlisted officers. And it's not uncommon. It really isn't. I have some friends that were enlisted now. Yep. See? Eddie's dad was the same way. ROTC was listed to ROTC now. He became an officer in about 8 years ago. Yeah, I have a couple friends or people. I know some friends. I have like an old BM1 who's an officer now. He's a bosun, so that's pretty cool. Like he went LDO. He was a BM1. He was in my he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy too. Like there's a lot of people. I've known a couple people. Like one of my chiefs went warrant. I know quite a bit of people who've been from enlisted officers. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like I know a lot of people. I know quite a bit of people who've been from enlisted officers. So just personally, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yep. It's kind of crazy, but yep. Yeah. It is kind of crazy though, but yeah. Like yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, how the workout. There's a lot of work up there that you see that you don't get to see what people do now. Like there's a lot of Nukes are smart. Don't get me wrong, but you could tell who's going nuke at MEPS. Nuke. It's a running joke in the Navy. Don't nuke it. Don't nuke this. Like, I'm actually really smart, but I didn't want to go. I'm actually pretty smart actually myself, but I didn't want to go nuke. I really did. Like I did not want to go nuke. So, hell no. Hell no. Don't go nuke. Hell no. I was never gonna go nuke. But yeah. Nuke's an important job, but no, never go nuke. I actually know some people that are actually going through like power school and stuff actually that are nukes. That's pretty cool. But yeah. The nukes. What am I doing? Too stressful of a job, too much responsibility, stuff like that. I'll drop out right. Don't want to do it. Thinking about getting off here soon. Yeah. If Warren filed a grievance complaint out there, this. What the heck? Yes, that's crazy. Roommates, crazy. That's kind of crazy. That's okay. There's some. That's the thing about it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. People are pretty crazy. Like nukes, smart people. Some of them are really kind of interesting. Like that. But yeah, some of them are really interesting. I'm just curious, Warren. If Warren filed a grievance complaint about their discharge type or about captain's match, would they pretty much be over? Depends on what you grievance on. I wouldn't say they're over because you can file for you can repeal captain's match, you can repeal a discharge. Doesn't mean it's over. No, it really doesn't. Depending on where you like. What one your discharge, like what kind of discharge you get. Two, you can repeal captain match. Like if you feel like your captain match was unfair or that you didn't do anything and they unfairly, you can repeal a captain match. Like if you didn't do anything wrong, the captain match you can repeal it. You really can. Is it really worth it? Sometimes no. It's so much process. You might as well just do the 45 whatever and just be done with it because restriction be done with it. Well, that's why you won't see a lot of people do it because even if they didn't do anything, it really isn't worth the process. You might as well just finish off the captain's match because by the time you did it, you finished your repeal, you would have been done a long time ago and been long gone. So if someone was discriminated against by disability and the recruiting process and they file a grievance with whoever as they essentially unwelcome, and I don't really. The thing is, in the military, you're kind of in a way discriminated from coming in the military with disabilities. Like they're not gonna accept you for any disability. They're not gonna accept you. It's not saying it's not necessarily saying they're discriminated against you. It's just if you can't do the job medically, they're not gonna put you. I'm sorry. It's just it's an unfortunate thing, but they're probably not gonna do it. It's just because they need people ready to fight. They need people ready to do stuff. And if you're not ready, like physically, they're not going to accept you. It's not saying it's a bad thing for you. It's not saying they hate you. It's just they're probably not going to take you if you have a disability just because they need somebody ready to fight. They don't want anything going on. It's like if you go on the ship, they don't want somebody with like going in there and getting, I don't know, attacked or something. They don't want somebody, a prior thing happening on a ship while you're underway in the middle of the ocean. That's bad. That's bad thing, bad no. You don't want that. So they're pretty reasonable why they don't want stuff. There's some reasons why you don't want disabilities. Because their disability goes off underway. That's not good. They're surrounded by ocean. They have nowhere to go. Or on the field. That's not good. So it's kind of understandable. So my recruiter said you can get Starbucks on the ship still. Eddie. You can to an extent, but only on an aircraft carrier. If you're on a small boy or any other ship, sorry, that is not a thing. I think they do have some Starbucks on like carriers, and that's it. Pretty much a carrier. If you're not a carrier, they do have like coffee, like the coffee pots and stuff are the Starbucks coffee, but they're the coffee, like the things you buy at the coffee, like the Starbucks coffee you buy at the store. Like they have the little coffee beans or the Starbucks coffee on a small boy, but then it's like the regular creamers you get at home. But like the actual coffee, like even on the Starbucks on board is different. Like it's not the traditional Starbucks we think. It's not. Recruiter told you, as I said, recruiters don't lie to you if necessary, but they expand the truth. They kind of like, this is, you're going to see on every ship. Now you're not going to see on every ship. You're only going to see on carriers. Stuff like that. So that's the thing about recruiters. I'm not going to say they lie. They don't necessarily always lie to you. But they expand the truth. If you want to say more specifically, they don't really tell you the truth, but they tell you the truth to an extent. But then there's stuff that they tell you that's, oh, this could happen to you, and you're never seen in your career. Whereas yes, they do have some, but one, Starbucks coffee on the carrier is still not the same as the Starbucks if you go out there, and two, they only have them in carriers. So they tell you to an extent, and like the coffee, I think the Starbucks I've heard the menu is kind of limited. So yeah, it's kind of, they expand the truth in a way. Sorry for being borderline political question for my question, but can you be a politician in civilian life and reservist? And probably not. I would say probably no, because you're not supposed to serve. If you're in any military branch, anything, whether it's reservist or not, especially there, you can't be political. You can't, fortunately. Once you get out of it, like once you get out of the military, you can be as political as you want. Like you can become a president, whatever you want, outside of the military. But if you're in the military, you can't be political. It's unfortunate. Like you can have your political beliefs, but you can't be you can't fund it, or you can't be a politician. It's unfortunate, but no. Like if you're in the military, you can't be a politician. You can't fund politicians in the military. And I'm pretty sure that's reservists also, because in the military, you can get in trouble. Like UCMJ, you cannot support political. Like you can't. So, like you can have your beliefs, but you can't be like going political rallies and stuff. UCMJ. Honestly, MEPS wasn't bad, just a whole lot of waiting. So when I went to MEPS the first time, people were kind of rude. They were just rude. The second time it was easy. Second time I went to MEPS twice, just for something. The first time the MEPS people were horrible. They were rude, not fun, whatever. It was horrible. Second time with the MEPS, they were pretty okay. They were chilling, relaxing, joking. So it was two completely different experiences. Like the first time they were not joking, not having it. The second time they were okay with it. So I'm like, I don't know. It was a weird experience, but yeah. The hotels are really nice. The MEPS hotels, the people there are pretty nice. It's just it was weird. But I never have to do a MEPS again. But yeah. It's not as bad as a lot of people put it, but it's just kind of, it sucks. There's a lot of waiting. That's a bad part. Like I went one day, my second time I went there, did my morning stuff, had my paperwork in by like 10 o'clock in the morning. The person I went with like some girl in my town, and I waited for her for the rest of the day. I was there from 10 a.m. waiting, sign my contract, everything, till like 5 o'clock, 5:30 that night when they were closing. I was literally sitting there watching Netflix all day, bored out of my mind, because they have a little like the thing about MEPS. So when you're at MEPS, they'll have like, if you're waiting, like you're done with medical or you're waiting for somebody, they'll have like TVs, like they'll have movies, they'll have like a Netflix, they have like a little theater room, or at least mine did have a little theater room, and it played Netflix. And then they have like pool tables, some TVs and stuff, you can watch sports, whatever. So it's not like it's entirely bad being there, but it gets boring. It gets boring, it really does. I found handcuffs in my hotel room drawer. That's very interesting. I know in the National Guard you can still be a politician because technically you're a civilian, except you're on duty. However, excessives are still frowned upon. However, I'm getting sense that ever since. So, like, the thing is, politician-wise in the military, I don't know if you can necessarily reserves, but probably not. I would probably say you probably don't want to be, because if you see yourself as political, you're not supposed to be political. I'm not saying you can't have your beliefs. You're just not supposed to be political at work, uniform representing it. So you probably, as a veteran or somebody out, yes, you can do like inactive reserves. Yeah, you should have no problem being a politician. But if you're somebody who can deploy back in or go under deployment, you're probably not going to be wanting to be a politician, because being in the reserve something means you could be deployed. Like, you could be sent underway if you're in the military or something. You could be deployed as a reservist. So they probably still wouldn't even let you be a politician because of that. It's just from what I would experience from it, probably not. Just because if you're in reservist or anything, you're still deployable. Like, you could still be active duty. So where did you go? We had a room with one TV in it, and it was set to one channel. Watched a lot of CSI Miami and Chicago PD. I went to MEPS in Dallas, so they had the MEPS in Dallas it has a lot of people in it, so the process was slow. There were a lot of people, but they had like a pool table like that. So it all depends on your MEPS, honestly, probably. Like, I was in Dallas, so it's decently sized MEPS, so it's a pretty decent sized MEPS. A lot of people come from there, so they have a pool table, Netflix, all that. But obviously for Eddie's version, they only had CSI Miami, Chicago PD. But yeah. Yeah. It was actually, the MEPS there wasn't bad in Dallas. It had little, so the MEPS there, right? They had their medical portion, so they had their medical portion, right, in mind. Then they had the background checks and all that you have in one area, and then they had the different liaison, little different offices for branches. So they had the Navy the Navy office, they had the Marine office, the Army office, Air Force office, all in one, and different offices. Because when you join any branch, you're joining different services. So I obviously went to the Navy side. The Navy side wasn't bad. The thing about me is the doctors, in my opinion, were kind of sometimes a little rude, because most of them are civilian doctors. So yeah. And then you get to, but the Navy office itself is pretty cool. The Navy's office, because the Navy's office wants you to join. They're there to want you to join. They're not there to disqualify you. Like, that's the thing. Everybody's like, MEPS, the doctors will try to disqualify you. The Navy itself, they will do anything and not, the Navy, especially the office itself, will do everything they can to not get you disqualified or get you out, because they want you to join. Like, the military wants you to join. But if you have medical and doctors teams, you can't. They're waiving you a lot of stuff because they want you to join. Now, there's a lot of stuff they won't, just because they can't. It's unfortunate, but a lot of times they will try to get you in. It was fun watching Marines try to do pull-ups to go into the office. Yeah. Navy, you just walk in pretty much. Like, hey, sign this. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks, they're trying to do MEPS itself, the doctors. Some of them are. They don't really care because they're civilians. They say, he's not eligible, bam. But the branches want you. That's the thing. Everybody thinks the branches are like, no. They do want you. There's stuff, unfortunately, they can't accept because it's unfortunate, but they have to not, because they don't want something bad happening. It's not anything bad against you or anything. They can't, but yeah. But they can't, but unfortunately, there's stuff they have to disqualify you for. It's because it's a list they have to disqualify you for, and they can't accept it. But the Navy will try to help you as much as you can. Trust me, they will. Or the military itself. They want you in. Did you ever look up joining an account for Defense Force, which allows you to serve in active duty reserves of the U.S. Army, or is that something that isn't that appealing? Me, I wanted to join active duty Navy, pretty much. That was me. I thought maybe Air Force, maybe, but yeah, active duty Navy wasn't bad. I'm not from California, I'm from Texas, so if I went to one of those, it'd probably be for Texas, but so I've never really thought about going to California reserves or anything like that, because I'm from Texas, so yeah. But I've always kind of wanted to do active duty, and the Navy was probably the most appealing for me. But that's it. My doctor said you need a waiver for a knee, even though I had one already. So the doctors have said they don't really care maps. But the Navy, the branch itself will help you out. Like, they will help you out to get it. The branch, if they have it, the doctor, that's the one thing. The doctor can tell you and disqualify you. But if the Navy gives you a thing, they have to sign it. Because the Navy says, I don't care. We deem he's okay to come join the military. Bam. And the doctor can be like, they have to sign it, unfortunately. Get a waiver, whatever, they have to do it. Because that's the thing. They might disqualify you from what their standards. But the Navy or the Marines or whoever takes it, they have to sign it. They have to let you in. They can't deny you. Because the Marines or the whatever branch is signed. I got the quality the first time, but I got approved the next day, and I got back the next week. Yeah, that's the thing. They can't deny if the branch wants you in and they say it, the branch is going to override it. The branch can override it. Like, no problem, because they're the ones, the military. The branch will override it. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, but the branch, if they do it, they can override the doctor. Because with the waiver, they can override it and be like, well, we deem he's eligible. You should be fine to be able to join the military, bam, and let you in. That's the thing. And there's a lot of waivers you can get, and the Navy will prove it. Just because they are so desperate for people right now, that they will prove a lot of waivers. Unless you're going to be out there going and physically going to like, bam, just pass out and die right now, you're pretty much going to get a waiver for anything. Like, unless you're like actively with sickness or something that could potentially actively hurting you, they're probably going to accept it. You'll be fine. My friend was going to do air rescue, but he found out he was colorblind at maps. That sucks. But yeah. And the Navy will not waive many types of medicines. That's the difference, as I said. It depends on things. Like, if it's something they feel like that you're if it's active, they probably won't accept it just because they don't want something happening. Because especially with the way boot camp is and stuff, you don't want somebody being sick. You're going to be doing pressure and stuff up all times of hours. Like when you first get there, you can be up for like 48 hours straight. So you got to be able to survive 48 hours like multiple times. So Adderall's going to so that's one of the few things that the Navy will just say, nope, Adderall will disqualify you like that. It's unfortunate, but yeah, they will just be like, nope, because you're not supposed to have ADD, asthma, stuff like that going in the military. So they will absolutely deny you on that shit. They'll be like, nope, they will deny you. And they said if it's like a lot of injuries, they will they will try to help you out. But asthma, man, or ADD or something like that, no, because they don't want you going in there and disrupting or doing whatever, because you need to be able to focus and do stuff in the military. And ADD, actually not trying to get into it, but people passing away probably did something most likely. I'm going to let them figure that out. I can't say what or whatnot they did, but maybe potentially they could. That's the thing about the military. Don't hide stuff. Like, they're there to help you out. Don't do it. Especially if it's something that you're going to actively need. Like, if it's actively bad, yeah. Because I said, if it's inactive, the Navy's more than likely going to be like, well, that was 20 years ago. It's not hasn't affected them in 20 years. Won't accept it in waiver or something like that. It was something like 15, 20 years ago. Like, it was 15 years ago, 10 years ago. It's not affecting them anymore. Why not accept it? Yeah, or I think a lot of times too for people who pass away boot camp was, I personally think they had a lot of, I don't think it was the Here's something is I think they had something that didn't. I personally believe they had something that they didn't know. I personally believe they had like if you look at a lot of the football, I think this needs to be happening more. Is they have like heart. They don't do heart like tests and stuff in the Navy boot camp. I think they need to do like there's heart tests, and a lot of them. It happens with football and stuff. Like they'll get that and then they end up getting. You can look up records with striker. It's a lot easier though to find stuff. It's a lot easier to get it though and have to go search it from different civilian doctors from 20 years ago, stuff like that. It really is. Instead of having to go search, but the thing is, it's also easier to find it because good for you because otherwise you could be searching for days trying to find that medical record that wasn't even there anymore. I have 60 credit hours, a little security clearance I want, highly unlimited job, so I guess I'm really dead. I have 56 on the practice ASVAB, and they still said no, I don't have tats. It's unfortunate, but they're probably saying no. As I said, if the military says no and they don't accept you, that's not the end of the road. There's so many other paths you can do in the military. Like you can go to, there's so many different other paths you can go in the military. But that's the thing. People always like, I'm not saying bad or anything, but if you can't go in the military, there are a lot of good other options you can do. And trust me, it's not the end of the world if you can't join the military. I mean, not everybody can join the military. It's not a bad thing. You just gotta find something else that you like to do. And if you can't do it, sorry, Edward. I'm not saying it's bad, but find something else. Like, there's a lot of things you can look for. That's why I always say when you join the military, find another option too. If you can't join the military, there's a lot of people that can't join the military. Find other options before you join while you're trying to join, just in case you can't get it. Like, there's hundreds of other options outside the military you can do. So look for something that you're interested in if you can't do it. That's my opinion. Don't apply for NCIS. Yeah. See, that's the thing. If the Navy doesn't approve you or any of the branches don't approve you, find another job. Find something that you like, and like you can do civilian portions in the military and government stuff. You can be contractors. You can be NCIS. There's a lot of civilian parts you can do with working with the military, working with the Navy, working all that. That you're not in the branch itself, but you're working with them. Like you're like NCIS or something. There's a lot of jobs you can do in the civilian world that you can work for the military. So if you can't go in the military itself per se, you can do a lot of jobs outside of it that you can just easily do. That's the thing. So that's my honest opinion. If there's jobs you can't do in the military and they don't accept you, do stuff outside of it. There's a lot of things you can do outside of it. You can be civilian side of it. Like, it's not that bad. It's really cool. And sometimes civilians can get away with a lot more than being in the military. They don't have to do all the curfews or all that. They're civilians. So there's a lot of benefits being in the civilian part of that too. They have some good pays. Benefits are pretty similar. Maybe not the same exact benefits, but they have some pretty good benefits being contractors and stuff. So yeah, that's how it is. It really is. So look at stuff like that. Look at options. That's always my opinion. If you can't get in, look at other options. There's plenty of options here. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting off here soon here for my live stream, guys. It's been a good live stream here. I'll probably be on tomorrow night here, Saturday night, about the same time tomorrow. Probably do another live stream tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to be getting off here soon, so. But yeah, I'm about to get off here. So thank you guys for watching. I'm probably be on tomorrow, so thank you guys. Make sure you drop a like, share it, whatever. And thank you for watching. Help subscribe and get my channel to 200 subscribers. I'm trying to get close there. I should be coming out with a video here the next day or so. So please check that out. And thank you for watching my live stream. Thank you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day.